Well, guys, I guess I was in YouTube jail for a little bit. I don't know quite what was said or what I did. Um, but yeah, I guess you just learned the hard way. I guess so. Alex Kramer. Yeah, I guess the Florida cops did take me out. So I have to be careful what I say. I don't know if I was swearing too much or I try to not swear, but or maybe the fact that it was TCAP. I'm not sure what it was. Um or maybe it was the stuff from earlier on in the stream when we were talking about the grapists. That was probably it. So um but either way, I guess we can use that as a learning experience. I wonder why it actually took them so long to drop the hammer. So let me see here. Okay, let me go here. Well, hopefully everyone gets a chance to come back and we can just watch the rest of this. Matter of fact, here's what I'm gonna do. Copy. Say welcome back, everyone, to everyone that's just came back in. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah. So, guys, yeah, they. I guess the Flagler Beach Police took me out there for a second. So I have to be more careful with what's going on. Um, and then also, like I said, there's certain words and certain phrases that you can't use on YouTube, or you get, uh, you know, or you have, or they put you in jail. So that must have been what happened, and that's unfortunate. So, um, all right, so here we are once again, and we can watch the rest of this. And thanks you guys for actually coming back in. I appreciate that. Oops. And let's just jump back into this here. And this is when he was all panicking and the cops took him down. So if that kicks me out, then that's probably what did it.
I need to tell you something about it. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on men who try to meet underage kids online for sex.
Abdallah doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
It might
Outside,
be
the
because
Flagler Beach police
this is
are racing into
copyright.
position. Thinking he's going to run, the police come down hard.
All right, we want to watch a little bit more of this.
Give me your. Come on out, sir. Step out of the vehicle.
I didn't do anything.
Step out of the vehicle.
At the police station, Abdallah seems a little uncooperative at first.
Whoa, Muhammad.
10, 1,
Dude, that's a
2,
lot of cash.
3, 4, 1,400.
Inside the
$1,400.
interrogation room, after he's read his rights, Abdallah doesn't want to speak to the police.
I need my attorney.
Okay.
Detective Liz Williams.
You know, that's one thing that I've talked about many times on this stream. I mean, on my videos is there's a handful of guys that actually lawyered up, right? All the rest of these knuckleheads will actually try to talk their way out of this. It's absolutely insane. And can someone explain why do you think that they do that? I mean, is it pure hubris? Are they just that dumb? Is it some type of cognitive dissonance where they think that people, that they really didn't do anything wrong, or what? I mean, yeah, Alex, if I can call you Alex, I think that when saying that, people think that, okay, I've said that before, and I have to catch myself and caveat this by saying I'm not trying to defend this guy or say that he did anything good or correct or whatever, right? What I'm saying is that at least he's not a moron, right? And he actually did get a lawyer. Because guys, once again, you never ever waive your rights at all. Never, ever, ever, ever. You have rights for a reason. You know what I mean? And the cops are not your friends. And I'm not anti-police. I'm anti-bad police. I'm pro-good police, right? But good cop, bad cop, they are not your friends. And I have enough friends where they ended up in questioning or whatever, or in some interrogation room, and they were trying to do all these flim flams and all these schemes on these guys, and they ended up I don't want to say getting screwed over, but you know, things just didn't go well, you know. And a lot of it is because they get credit for closing cases. It doesn't matter how. So we're here. Let me just do this real fast. But guys, does anyone know where to watch the new Chris Hansen stings? I know that it's on I know that it's on True Blue, but I don't know what that is. If it's an app or a channel, or is it on Roku? I'm not sure. But yeah, Alex, I watch Audit the Audit too. And yeah, keep your mouth shut. And there's another thing too. If you're in the room for questioning, it means that they don't have anything on you. And that is there to try and get you to open your big trap. You know what I mean? And sell yourself out. Or make a mistake or enough mistakes to where they can pin something on you. Yeah. So, but yeah. Let me see here. You know what I can do? Anyone who wants to call in and talk some TCAP, go ahead, guys. You can have a little short segment. Just click the link, and yeah. Let me see here. There is someone. Hold on. Let's go here. Did you guys ever see all of the pictures of Cody Green as he got older? Images. Look at that. Look at that. Man, oh man, oh man. Life can be tough, dude. Life can be really, 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 really tough on you, man. Look at that. Look at that. Cody Green, man. Look at that. He went from this. I'm not gonna even try and do him in any order. Because he looks like a numbskull in every single one. But look at that. This. He's actually wearing this shirt in one of his pictures that he sends to Decoy. Hold on. All right, here we go. Alex.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, my friend? How are you?
Hey, doing all right. Just enjoying the TCAP content.
It just keeps giving and giving and giving, doesn't it, guys? I remember watching TCAP live when it came out, and what was it? 2003 was the first. It was 2003 or it was 2004. So I was in college at the time, and I remember it was such crazy television at the time, and when it went off the air, it was so sudden. But we didn't have all the access, like, you know, they didn't have the interrogations out at that point because there was no real like YouTube or internet or anything. And then I didn't really think to look for the chat logs either. So it wasn't until about, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago that I looked at the chat logs and actually looked up the interrogations. And those are actually my favorite part, is seeing the interrogations, like that drunk guy. Who was the drunk guy? The drunk guy, Jim Roush, the music teacher guy. He was all drunk and he's like, I can get laid at the swingers club. Remember him? What's his name?
Vaguely, yeah. I'm a pretty late comer to the TCAP stuff. I was pretty young when they first came out, so it was was out of my radar. And
yeah, he didn't make it to the house. I don't think that we need to worry about that one. Hold on. Jim Rouch, TCAP. Images. This knucklehead right here.
oh, yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, man, I don't even know why I need a little girl, because I can get laid at the swingers club, man. And anyways, I need to keep my language clean because I think that they'll ban me on YouTube again. But anyways, yeah, this guy was the very first interrogation that I ever watched, and I watched the whole thing. It's like an hour and like 20 minutes long, but it is hilarious. And you can just see that these cops have had it. They've had it with this guy, man, because he's drunk, and I think that he really thinks that he's gonna talk his way out of it. He really does. And he's just like, yeah, because you guys know how it is, you know. So
it's how it is with a lot of these guys. I think like they're gonna get sympathy points or something, but you can really tell the cop when they're interviewing them. You know, even they're maybe even putting on a show of sympathy, but they're just nailing this dude down, and they don't even realize it.
And he's just digging. They just have them digging their way to China. You know, just digging holes. You know what I mean? And my favorite is still. So it's been a tough night for you, hasn't it? So was there a reason why you decided to show? Is that your private parts? That woman, she is hilarious. And imagine how emasculating that it would be when this, because, you know, all of them obviously have problems with women anyways. But to just sit there and your most intimate, like, hey baby, and all your pictures, and you have two women reading your stuff back to you. But yeah, man, how long have you been into TCAP now? And also, too, do people think that you're a weirdo because you're so into this? Like what do people say when they see you laugh at TCAP stuff?
I don't know. I'm kind of the only person in my circle who's really into it. So,
really?
Yeah, no one really says much of anything. I share some stuff with my brother every so often, but it's just kind of one of those things I enjoy on my own time. And but I've only been into it for about a year or so. But when I got into it, I just binged it like crazy, and started getting into the deeper stuff like the chat logs, and the interviews are fascinating. The wiki for TCAP is pretty interesting too. I mean, there's a ton of stuff on this. It's pretty incredible.
Reddit too. Reddit is nuts too. These people really do keep up with these guys. And you know, in my Jeff Stacy video, I read that one thread where it was like, did Jeff Stacy get bullied to death? And it's like, no, like, guys, if you go to diddle kids, you deserve everything that you get for the rest of your life. That's just the way that I feel, you know? And it just so happened that they ended up, doing what they did, and now we can laugh at them. If there's one group that we should be able to publicly mock, it's these guys, So, matter of fact, hold on. I'm gonna do.
Oh yeah, definitely. They provide such great comedy too, don't they?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me share this. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can. But yeah, I will definitely do a whole video on this or maybe like an entire live stream because it is hilarious if it'll load. There's times where you hit a link and it doesn't work very well. But yeah, this guy right here, he didn't make it to the house. He got lost. And there is a chat log. I mean, not a chat. There's a video of his phone call, and he's like, "I can't find the damn house."
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember watching his interview, but I don't remember the details of it.
Yeah. He's just a drunken mess, and then he's like, he basically thinks that he's God's gift, and that there's no reason why, he should be doing this because he can just get laid, and it's just he's just an idiot. So, hold on, let me see if there's any major hits here. Am I muted? Hold on. I think I have too many windows open, but either way, I'll have to do a video on this guy. But no, have you watched any of the new Stings yet?
Not the new ones. No, not the stuff on True Blue or anything. I've seen the ones from a few years ago. The Hansen versus Predator.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good. But none of the new stuff. I've listened to the podcast that Chris Hansen does. Have you listened to that?
The podcast is great. I have to say, it's really, 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 really good because he reads the whole chat log in his voice, right? And then he also gives some extra tidbits so we didn't know. But there is a podcaster who interviewed what's the decoy's name? The one that's really, I don't want to say really famous, but the Italian one. Her last name is Moro.
Casey,
yeah. She did an interview, and then the other one was the girl from California, the half Asian girl who was with the guy who drove the Infinity with the man bun Predator guy trying to hug her, and she was like,
Yeah, I have her picture in my head. I can't think of her name.
Yeah, she said that she saw him at the gym years later. That she was at the gym just chilling, and she looks over on the treadmill, and there he is. She's like, we got to get out of here. Oh man, Chris Hansen, he's had a rough couple years, but it does seem like he's back on the right track now. And his appearance has changed, but he still has that voice. You know what I mean? Like his voice is so iconic now that I would know it if the moment I heard it. So, but I think that the thing that he did was recently. Have you seen that EDP 445 guy?
The what now?
There is this YouTuber named EDP 445. Drop in the comments if you guys have seen this guy, EDP 445. So this knucklehead right here. So he was huge on YouTube, huge, millions of subscribers, and all he would do is cuss and scream and yell into the microphone. And he was a big Eagles fan, right? And he was huge. He's huge. But this other like YouTuber that tries to be Chris Hansen busted him trying to meet with the underage minor, right? So it was even in the news. And what happened was that some of these guys try and be Chris Hansen and stuff, but they don't have the know-how. So they messed up the evidence, and this guy got off. So Chris Hansen interviewed those guys who tried to do the sting, and they were like, "Hey, Chris, wow, we're your biggest fan, and blah blah blah, and we should work together." And he's like, "No." Yeah, no. Yeah, but we do what you do, and he's like, you guys don't work with cops. You guys make it harder for cops. Yeah, thanks, Cornholio. Yeah, it was Casey, and then the other one, I forget her name, but yeah. So he was basically saying, look, you guys make it harder for the real people that are out there to do their job, because they're basically doing it more for likes than actually do some type of journalistic integrity. And there are ones that actually, someone had asked me to start reacting to the ones on YouTube, but I don't really know those guys, so I don't really want to be reacting to people that might not. I don't know. It just seems kind of spotty to me,
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's in the podcast, I think Chris has talked about how anymore, just the way with how the evidence works and things like that, they can't even really work with civilian groups just because it's so easy to get off.
Let me see if I could. And well, even if you, Chris, Hansen, EDP. Let me see. Yeah, this is the one right here. It's actually but yeah, you can see that that he sits down and he interviews on his channel with this guy and with these two guys, and they're trying to actually justify what happened. Yeah, he had 2.2 million subs on YouTube. You know how much money? And it's not like he was doing any editing or anything. He would just yell, just screaming into the camera, When hey, more power to you, but why would you and this is a bigger point. Some of these guys on TCAP, there was a doctor that, what's his name? Wallen.
Maurice Wallen.
Wallen, yeah. There was a bunch of computer guys, army guys. Like, dude, you're such a dunce. You're such a moron. You're such a sick person that you would risk your whole life and career for this.
Yeah. I don't get it. And especially you're messing around with underage girls too. It's like, don't you think that's a little too convenient? You would think that these people would have red flags going off like crazy, but
the thing that kind of irks me the most is that if you look on Temple of TCAP and even on Reddit, there's people that actually try and feel bad for these guys. They actually go, well, maybe Jeff Stacey just couldn't get girls. There's no excuse, none. And
I can get not getting girls, but you suddenly then want to do children.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's always someone out there for someone. If you get in the gym, you get your money game up, do something. You know what I'm saying? There's something that or just stay home. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that there's any excuse at all to try to go out there and get kids, man. It's just absolutely insane. So what got you into TCAP in the first place?
Man, I'm not even really sure. I just I had always been aware of it, right? And then I guess one day I decided to watch a clip of it or two, and from then I was hooked. I started watching all these different channels, Joey TCAP, some of the other ones that you'll bring up, and I just got really into it and just had a lot of fun watching Chris Hansen sit down with these idiots, and on just seeing the wide variety of people who try to come in. It just kind of fascinating to me. And like you said, it's amazing how some of these people are really in pretty good places in life, and yet they throw it all away. And you see their life come crashing down in just a few minutes. And I don't know. There's something.
I think that the thing that mainstream America, we still think that a predator. How about that for language? a predator is a particular stereotype, right? There's you can see one from a mile away, and TCAP really did show that that's not the case. Black, white, brown, Asian, poor, rich, doctors, military, you just never know, you know?
Mhm.
And just like what that the video that I dropped yesterday for the woman that had the victims, you know, she even said it, don't just leave your kids with random people. You know,
Mhm.
I mean that could truer words have ever been spoken, you know? So
Yeah, no kidding.
this
It,
is
it,
what's that?
I don't know how you feel about it, but do you ever feel kind of weird when a predator comes on and they always give the age? Do you ever just kind of get this weird feeling when it's someone your age? And it's like, man, this could very easily be someone I could have known.
Well, I think that it's funny because okay, when I went to college in Washington State and then down in Texas, right? And in Texas, where I used to live, we would go out to the bar, and they never checked IDs ever. They would just let any type of women in there, right? So you'd be in the bar with your friends, and there'd be girls next to you, and they're like, "Hi," and you're like, I need to see some ID because I don't think that you should be in here." You know what I mean? So it's like most normal guys know, like, but imagine being the type of idiot that I don't know. It's just so mystifying to just think of what type of person would do this, you know? Like, and it's fascinated millions and millions of people for years. And I think that it always will. This is
Yeah.
her, Danny Mura. Yeah, she gave an interview about post the show and all of that stuff, and it's really really good. I'll probably put the link on a post on my community tab. Yeah, Father Sensen, did they serve mics at the? Alex, were you okay? What I talked about this in the Sebastian Rodriguez video, right? We used to get tore up on.
I don't know if I've watched that one yet.
Okay, have you ever tried a Zima?
I've never tried a Zima.
Oh my goodness, I'm old, and you're not.
No, you're a little bit older than I am. Yeah, like I said, this stuff was around when I was too young to care about it. Right?
Yeah, well, I remember it was Zima, right? And then after that, it was Mike's Hard Lemonade, right? Because before it was just beer and wine and liquor, right? And then you have like Mad Dog, you know. But then there was all of a sudden there was Zima, and then there was Mike's, and then there was Mike's and Smirnoff Ice, and that was like the grandfather to White Claws. You know what I'm saying? And then we had Sparks, and Sparks was an orange like malt beer type thing that had caffeine in it. Sparks was the granddaddy to Four Locos.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, right before I hit drinking age, it was like the Wild West for things like that, you know, just cramming in all kinds of alcohol with caffeine, and they outlawed that pretty quick.
Yeah, Jesse says Zima and Jolly Ranchers. That we used to do Zima and Skittles, and then Zima and Jolly Ranchers, man, and we would just get trashed. It was Zima with Skittles, and then we would break out the Mad Dog. And for those that have never tried Mad Dog 20, matter of fact, while I have this up, 2020. Oh God. Oh God. You want to talk about the worst? No, I don't want to buy him, Mad Dog. I just want the big picture bigger. If you want to talk about the worst gut rot, the worst hangover you will ever get in your life is Mad Dog 2020. This video never. Again, they have this TikToker who is like, apparently she's like, 2021. Oh, so this was a drink of the 2000s. Katie Wagner said this stuff is liquid death. No truer words have ever been spoken. Man, this TikToker was like, this doesn't taste that bad. And I put, yeah, we'll try drinking the whole thing and see how you feel. And I got like 600 responses. Dude, he's totally right. We used to crush these back in college, man. This is the only time I ever blacked out. I never black out ever. I usually remember what I did. I don't remember why I did it, but I remember what I did. But drinking some Mad Dog is the only time. Yeah, here, don't try this, bro. Alex, please don't try this. If there's one piece of advice that I can give you is don't try the Mad Dog. There was that, and then after that was Jaeger bombs. That was the big thing for us too, man.
Oh yeah, we did those in college.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna try and do live streams for Hanson versus Predator only because I've never watched them. So like that'll be kind of like a first time thing for like all of us to watch because I just never really got around to it. I think that the Jeff Sokol one was the only one that I watched, and then there's one guy that they call like the Undertaker Predator. I think that I watched part of that one, but I just didn't have a chance to see it. So I think that anytime that I want to watch those, I'll do some type of a live stream. But this whole idea for this channel is like, I really do like Joey's TCAP and Walls and all those guys, but there's nowhere but there's nowhere that's like an interactive TCAP spot, right? So like TCAP fans, we're all rabid fans, you know, which is why every time I discovered anything new, like the podcast, or he has a book out, you know, I'm like, oh, more TCAP stuff, you know. But there's never really like an interactive place where we could all get together and talk trash and all this other stuff other than on Reddit threads. So I'm like, wait a minute, why don't I just try and find a place where people can call in or do a live stream or whatever, and we can just chat about stuff, you know? So that's kind of where this wants to go. But all right, off the top of your head, who are your top three? I don't want to say best, but who are the worst? Do your top five Predators.
Man, this will somewhere in the top 5 has to be Lauren Armstrong. I mean, that's just
that guy.
a classic. The first Predator I showed my brother was Lauren Armstrong, and just everything about him is pure disgusting, but also pure entertainment, you know?
Yeah, and he does it to himself too. And he kept it going.
Yeah, so there's him. Did you ever listen to the phone calls with Lauren Armstrong and the girl?
Yeah. That's actually what it popped up on my feed. I want to say years ago. That's what alerted me to the interrogations. Actually, it said Lauren Armstrong phone calls. I'm like, what is this? And then I clicked on it, and I think it was on Joey TCAP show, and this is years ago. And I'm like, oh, dude, all this extra stuff is on here. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Look here you go. Yeah, Yesagander. Yeah, that guy. I have to agree with you, guys. From now on, if I ever get any type of YouTube knock or anything, we're gonna call it a Florida PPD. If you see my stream get taken down, or if I get put in YouTube jail and I can't post for seven days, it's because Florida
gotcha.
PD took me down. Yeah, but yeah. So you said Lauren, and then who else?
Lauren, the rabbi. I forget his name. He's a good standout as well. Just completely.
Oh man, I did a video on him too. What am I talking about? Rabbi TCAP. And yeah, David K. And you know what? He's actually a rabbi right near where I live too. Yeah, like
he is still.
No, not anymore. But like
I was gonna say, no way.
30 minutes away from me. He was a rabbi. And look at this news article time. Ugh, this guy was so creepy too, man. So yeah, Maryland. Sorry guys. So yeah, 78 months in prison and 10 years supervised release. But he actually applied to be a rabbi again. Oh, they even used the TCAP picture. Yo. Oh man, that sucks, man. That sucks. Did you see? I found the someone put the link to the guy who wanted the decoy to have a dog. He changed his name and had a roofing business, and then someone put the link to the TCAP segment in his Facebook page for his business. That's so fucked up. They said, "Wait a minute, this guy was on to catch a predator. He changed his name." Link found here. Man, that's crazy. Look at that. Yeah, here you go. Let's David K. is a Maryland rabbi sentenced to more than 6 years in prison. He tried to return to his synagogue after he was released from prison, but was shunned and told to find a new synagogue. So when he got arrested at first, while the trial was going, his synagogue kicked him out, but then he joined another one and they didn't know. And someone called and told them, and they were like, uh-oh. So yeah. So he tried to go back after he got out of jail. Look like he was a rabbi there for 16 years. Longtime friends said he was concerned about the sentence and vigilance, but he was caught. Oh, so they're trying to defend him. Coercion and the lure of traveling with the intention of engaging in unauthorized that were produced. So he's trying to say that he was innocent, but the judge.
And I think, didn't he also keep calling the station and threatening to sue them and things like that? Yeah, I thought that was him. But man, the arrogance of some of these people, caught completely red-handed and then just going down swinging, really.
I mean, well, okay. So for those of us that are not dumb, I can say that, hold on. I think someone else is trying to get in on the stream here. Sorry, guys. I'm new to StreamYard, so here, let me post the link again. Try there. If anyone else wants to come up, just hit the link there. And
Hey, what's going on?
Who are you?
I'm Doug MP. I've been watching your channel for a little bit. This is the best part about your channel is you could tell that you were there during this whole, because I watched all these live too. I watched all of them live, man. And the Jinko jeans and all the different clothing styles and stuff like that. I remember all that. And you know what's funny? I've always wondered, because the first 2 seasons they didn't get arrested, right?
No, some of them did, because Perverted Justice actually sent the chat logs to the cops. So you notice that David K, he didn't get arrested outside the house, but they sent the chat logs to the cops, and then the cops arrested him. But it's funny because if you can't read Chris Hansen's book, right? Because he talks about the people. There's multiple people whose families were calling the station, threatening him, doing all types of stuff. And that's the first time that I'd heard of that. And this book he wrote it while the show was still going.
Oh, okay.
So it was like 2000. I remember that I ordered it from Barnes and Noble back in the day. And I was trying to get it off. This is so long ago. This is back when Amazon only sold books. Oh man, you guys. Okay, story time. For all of you who might not be as old as I am, all of us who went to college know how much books cost. It's literally like one of the biggest ripoffs that there is. It's ridiculous. Like you buy an anatomy book for $400 or whatever. It's like, why can't I just get a used one? Oh, you got to get the new edition. Dude, the human body hasn't changed in the last however many years. What the hell do I need a new one for? And then you go to sell it back and it's like, well, we'll just give you $30 for it, you know? But I remember Amazon was offering books for cheaper, which is how Amazon got big. Was you could get your father son. Here you go. You could get your books for like half price or less, right? And I remember the bookstore was like, "Oh, this Amazon's it's a phase. It's a phase. It's not going to be real." Little did they know, you know. So. But yeah, Alex, who else did you say? So you said
So those two. Another good one is the school teacher guy. I forget his name, but he's kind of got the buzz cut.
The one with the
Corvette.
And
And he had a really long interview.
Damn, what is his name? Shun something. Let me see. Teacher. He was in Ohio. Not James Rutherford. Wah, wah,
Yes,
man,
James Rutherford. Yep.
Yeah. And he drives up in his Corvette, like, yeah, I got my red Corvette. I'm so badass.
The worst one was that one. Remember the 68-year-old? No, the 65-year-old guy that was like saying that he was like 40 or something, and he straight up told Chris Hansen that he got arrested for like intercourse with like a 16 or 17-year-old in the past, and now he's doing it again.
Oh
and
yeah,
Morrison?
Donald something.
Morrison, yeah.
Donald Morrison.
My mom might just take my computer away.
No, I'm talking the guy. And
Man, chocolate chip is my favorite.
No. I'm talking about the other guy. The father son has it right. Robert Lyons. He had that online picture where he's like standing looking up, but it's far away, so he looks younger.
Robert Lyons. Let's see here. You guys got one that I don't. Oh, this guy.
Yeah, him.
With the soul patch, guys. Oh no. Okay, guys, who remembers when everyone had a soul patch? Look at this, and this is years later, and he's still got the soul patch.
Oh.
It's lagging on my end. I can't see him.
Oh, really? Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
You guys, yeah.
Is he still alive?
I think I have an idea of who you're talking about, though.
Look, he's he's old as old.
Wait,
his latest
Here, let me try.
mugshot.
Click on that one because it says his latest mugshot. So
There.
what was
Oh,
he?
he's
arrested?
Yeah,
84 now,
that fixed
man.
it. Yep.
I guess he's still alive. Uh-oh. I am Cornholio.
Yeah.
What's going on, my friend? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. I don't know the guy's name, but it's the guy that brought his like 5-year-old kid to one of the
Oh,
stages.
yes.
And the
Yeah,
police
yeah,
were like,
yeah.
oh, no.
Yes.
Oh,
Man.
Please, just let us see my son.
Oh no! You remember Frag? Oh no! Oh no! Hold on. Yeah, he's in the queue, guys. I'm gonna do one about him.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but that's like the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
Here he is, Clifford Wallach. And the thing is, he doesn't have a lot of screen time actually, because Chris Hansen doesn't talk to him. But that's the one thing he didn't really need any. People just knew. Look at this guy. There he is.
And what happened was, DCS or Child Services took the kid. His wife stayed with him. And the
What?
kid ended up foster care. I'm like 99% sure that's what happened.
Yeah,
No
yeah, you're
way.
exactly right. Rather than keeping the kid and divorcing him like she should have.
Oh man, that is nuts.
Who's worse? Who's worse? That guy's wife or the husband of that female police officer in Tennessee that was banging all those police officers?
Oh, God.
Remember? Because
when you say Tennessee, Justin McFetridge.
Wait, hold on, wait. I know him. I know the name. Justin Nick.
Dustin McFetridge. Oh, that dude is a piece of work too.
He's a very
Oh yeah,
special-
yeah. He was the guy that the wrestling fan. Yeah. Someone, I have that written down. Did you request him, Cornelio? Someone did, and I have him in the queue too. So just let you guys know that he's
the Tuxedo Kitty said that she had another kid with him.
what?
That one guy's wife with the 5-year-old that got taken away.
Oh,
Is that true? Oh no! What? How? I'm not a woman, but I don't. So I'll never understand the process that women used to pick their significant others. But at what point do you disqualify a dude from having a kid?
When he tries to have sex with a child, at the very
That's
least.
the point. Yes.
But
Can you imagine.
hey, Wallen's wife stayed with him too until his trial was over, and then he actually was working in Singapore as a doctor during the trial.
You hear something really sad?
What's that?
So, when a lot of sex offenders run to Alaska.
MPA, try and censor language so that I don't get Florida PD on me again.
Oh, sorry about that. A lot of sickos.
Brettos.
Yeah, run to Alaska because Alaska there's so many
where nobody knows your name.
yeah because so you see guys that do this kind of stuff, they get elected to like public office because there's no one up there. They'll become police officers. Yeah, in these small Alaskan towns because they need people that bad. I had a friend that was the city manager of Valdez, Alaska. You know where that Valdez oil spill was? 6,000 people in the middle of nowhere. The only fast food place was a Subway, and that was it. 6,000 people in the middle of nowhere, and she was just talking about how hard it was to get any kind of people to go up there unless you were born and raised there. Yeah, so a lot of these guys, they run to Alaska where they can be free and go under the radar.
Father, son, yeah. How do you remember all these names? I thought I had a good TCAT memory, but you're the encyclopedia Chris Hanukkah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. But Doug MPA, who are your top two Pretos that you can remember top of your heads?
The dude with the Escalade with the glasses.
Oh, a good old Cody Green and his Paul Wall grills.
Yeah. What a scumbag! And then the
T was it C Greasy? Is he calls himself?
Yeah, him. And then of course, the good old. You look like law enforcement. I happen to know law enforcement. That
guy, David Schumacher. Yeah. You guys know he has a YouTube channel, right?
No, what?
Yeah. I'm gonna see if my YouTube's gonna actually cooperate. Hold on.
Yeah, so those are my top two, and then number 3 would be the guy with the semi truck that starts talking all fast. Dangle, I didn't mean.
Oh
to
yeah,
be
because he's
here,
high.
Dangle,
Yeah,
Dangle or not, Dangle,
Oh.
he
Dangle,
sounds like
Dangle.
Boomhauer.
Yeah.
Boomhauer.
Dangle. Let's see.
Yeah.
Who do we say?
Yeah.
David
Sikander got it right. Like
Shoe-
he put himself in the freaking in the history books with that one line that it would be the best, cleanest pleasure. Yeah,
YouTube channel. Here it is. AA, the real info. David Schumacher. Look at this knucklehead. Oh my gosh. Fucking thing of it.
Yeah.
So, what's his channel about?
Look at this fucking banner at the top.
What? Yeah, like what is his what is his channel about? Like, I
He
don't.
tries to talk about how he's innocent. You know what I'm saying? It's all like,
You know, and the thing about it is it's not hard to not do stuff
We're gonna
like this. You know what I'm saying?
uh-oh.
have a lesson on civics and what it means.
Yeah. Let's do that, David.
Sorry, guys. Let's see.
Boys and girls, today
Close some windows here. I have a whole bunch of windows open. Let me close some stuff. Sorry, guys. Do.
we're going to have a lesson on civics and what it means to have rights in America. Today
Yeah, you
is
don't
As
have
if
any-
this is the guy to teach us anything about rights for anything, right?
ready to hand over your fucking rights.
Is he back
And let them
in
just
Florida?
walk all over you.
I thought he was in the
For what?
UK.
And then you stand there and sit there in judgment,
No, didn't he bring home like a European girlfriend?
bro.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Did he?
Some English girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to release some documents. First up, I would like to release the actual paperwork filed in the circuit court, the 20th Circuit Court in and for Charlotte County, Florida.
How about you release a toothbrush, buddy?
This
God.
documentation is in reference to perverted justice's agent, Stacy Kutzler, destroying evidence.
Let's go to the
She's
next
very
one where he shows the actual papers. Hold on. The documents, THA, right?
If it verifies what I've been saying. No, why would I do that?
It said that he was arrested again in Florida on
Oh, he
December
got
11th
arrested a whole bunch of more times.
That hard drive.
of 2020 for trying to steal a
Because Mr.
car.
Kutzler manufactured
What an idiot!
those chat logs. Wholesale.
Yes.
Wholesale,
Sikander
folks.
too. He's laughing at the banner
I mean,
at the top.
and
It's
in
hilarious.
today's age, if it weren't for the witch hunt that sex offenders have become,
Okay.
I believe she'd be in jail.
So
Miss Kutzler violated multiple direct orders. She was given heads up. She was given the heads up. that they
Oh,
were coming, and Miss
Luck
Kutzler
and Dallas in the house. What's going on, man? Yes, Seattle in the house. What's up, man? What's up, man? I can hear an echo on someone's
That was my lawyer.
oh,
Fox,
that's probably me. I gotta put my headphones in.
Amira Fox. She's a beast. Amira Fox. Shout out to Amira Fox. Amira Fox is one of the best criminal defense lawyers I've ever seen.
Here we go. Ooh.
Motion to compel. numerous times.
I like how this knucklehead actually acts like his lawyer did something to get him off. PJ didn't give the chat logs over, which is fishy, yes, but that's the only reason why he got out of that. You know what I mean? So he literally got hold on, I'm echoing. Hold on. So, hello? Okay. So he literally got a get out of jail free card, right? And then he goes on a whole stream of arrests after this. In my video at the end, I give the whole summary, but he literally was just going on a whole crime spree. And then somehow he managed to leave the country and go to the UK. Now, I thought that if you had about felonies that you couldn't even get a passport. So, you know what's, Vikander? I don't know. So, okay. With the wonderful world of Reddit, they think that the Flagler Beach, okay, there's two schools of thought. There's the ones that actually believe that the server crashed. And then there's the one that believes that there's fishy stuff going on, right? Where they did have a couple of cases where there was a little bit of entrapment or something going on. So they knew that their cases were toast, so they destroyed the chat logs. So I don't know what I believe. I just think that it's fishy that all of a sudden they did all these stings before, because this Flagler Beach one was a few of them in, right? It was like 3 or 4 in, five in. So they could have things go smoothly. And then this one, they were like, something happened. That's a little bit fishy to me. You know, I'm not trying to put on a tinfoil hat, but what do you guys think, Alex, Doug, MPA? Why do you think that the chat logs for the Flagler Beach one were not turned in?
I mean, Florida police.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of administrative stuff that probably could happen. I don't even have any clue.
Yeah,
it's a shame though.
I will say some of the chat logs, even that are released, though they wouldn't be technically entrapment, but it seems like some of them are really edging up to that line. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not that it gives the person an excuse. I don't think it does.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's like, dude, you wouldn't. Here, I hope to never have to put myself in the position where I have to argue if it's entrapment or not. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think that it's interesting that okay, so let's talk about, and this will probably be the last subject, is what do you think, Alex, Doug, MPA, about the Murphy, Texas sting?
Specifically the suicide at the end?
Well, can you say self-deletion?
Specifically the self-deletion,
so
the saving of taxpayers' dollars.
Me, I'm cold as ice. I believe that people make mistakes and all, except for pretos. All of my empathy and sympathy goes out the window. Hey, you might have got in a bar fight and you hit a guy and he hit his head and he passed. Oops. Okay, fine. You might have got angry and whatever. Okay, that there's some way that you can say, hey, look, we can rehabilitate or whatever, or he can do his crime, do his time. But this is the one thing that I can say that I will not excuse anyone's actions for. And the Murphy, Texas thing, this guy, he self-deleted. Good. I'm glad. And the fact that his family could twist it around and act like he's the victim. And then the fact that all of the pretos of that investigation got off.
Yeah, that's
insane.
That to me isn't. That's not right. I mean, if there's going to be and that's another thing you talk about it too on your channel, where people in California get a slap on the wrist and people in Texas get the book thrown at them, and
Yeah.
There's no real standard of justice as far as this goes, and
Yeah.
I'm with you as far as being pretty cold regarding this kind of a crime. Anyone who's in my opinion, anyone who's actually carried something like that out should have deletion imposed on them. I'll go even that far. To say that.
And I'm not one for the death penalty. Hold on. Well, here, how about this? For the for the
assisted deletion.
No, for the permanent solution that sounds like the okay. I'm not one for the final step, right?
Okay.
Except in this case. And yes, Locandela, hold on, guys. I have to sidebar this. Locandela, who says that he's trying to move to Texas. And I used to live down in San Antonio. I love Texas. It's great. It's fun. The people are nice. I live on the East Coast now, and people compared to Texas are a bunch of jerks. Texas, they're real nice. The food's good. It's cheap. Austin's kind of pricey, but San Antonio is good. Dallas is good. Everywhere else in Texas, But with what you just said about Seattle, you are 155,000% correct. Seattle has gone. Matter of fact, you know what? Check this out. Sorry, guys. I'm getting off on a Seattle looks. Yes.
Seattle was the only city I've ever heard say, the solution to our law enforcement problem is have more women on the force.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You guys seeing this?
Oh yeah.
In Locandela, you could probably
relate.
Yeah, look at this. Hold on. Where are the pictures? Pictures. Hold on. I think they have an Instagram.
The capital, Olympia, is the same way. There are pages dedicated to the homeless problem in the capital of Washington State. It's ridiculous.
Oops. Hold on. I'm trying to see more of the pictures, but either way, there is it's a refugee camp now. It's crazy.
Shark Tamer, you're right. Seattle has so few tourist destinations. I mean, all I can think of the Experience Music Project, but I don't even know if that made it through COVID. They have the Space Needle.
That's true.
The first Starbucks.
Jesse said, "Look, he said, why would you move to Seattle?" He said heroin.
Heroin. Yeah, dude.
Oh,
well, I
man.
mean, if you like Asian girls and white girls, because they're all over the place.
Guys, look at this. Look at that. This is Seattle.
Is Seattle one of the places where they're giving out free, safe drugs to homeless people?
Yeah. Yep. Needles and look, Grand Theft Auto, Lake Stevens. And that's why Gracie said, and if you're trying to get on Gracie, or who was it that clicked on the link? It didn't work. You can try clicking on the link, but that's why I'm pro Second Amendment, man. Really, most women who are walking around and look at that in these areas, you should be packing, man. Honestly,
Well, I lived in Texas too for a little bit, and people up north are always like, how do you live in a state where everyone has a...
No, that can't be true. Is that true?
What?
Oh no, dude, send him the asteroid, man, please. Is Canada?
Oh, yeah, people would ask, "How'd you live in Texas where everyone has a gun?" I say, "You just keep your mouth shut. Be nice. If everyone is strapped, just treat them like they're strapped, and just be nice. Don't road
What?
rage. Don't do any of that."
Oh wait, look, it'll decrease January 31st, 2023. It'll decriminalize the personal possession of up to 2.5 grams of coca, crack, heroin, MDMA, what, and meth. No
Yeah, man,
way.
and California, Washington, Oregon, they're not too far behind Canada on that,
Wow.
in my opinion.
Dude, I've
rarely
had
ever
nightmares about living in Canada. Luckily, I woke up.
And the thing is, guys, I grew up. California is another planet, and I'm not trying to make this a political, but what I'm saying is, where is the best place to live? Because there's a guy, he does street interviews, and there's people out on the street, and it was talking about she said she's been out on the street doing, yeah, Gracie, good. You better get yourself the chopper, the heater. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In Iowa, they passed what they call a constitutional carry, where you don't even need a permit or anything. You can just conceal carry.
Yeah, like I was saying, was that I grew up in on the West Coast, and they say that the road to down there is paved with good intentions, and these people just they assume that everyone that's on the street or doing drugs has a story. Well, they might have a story, but what about those of us that are actually trying to live a normal life? And this leads back to TCAT. It's the same with people who. It's funny that they want to. We can't persecute these pretos when they get out of jail. We have to make things easy. Here, why don't you have them move into your neighborhood? How about that? Oh no, I don't want them living near me. Oh no. They have to live somewhere else. Absolute clown world, man. I just don't understand. I just don't. How is I can't believe this, Gracie. You just blew my mind. I cannot believe that this is true. Alex, Doug, did you guys know this?
I had no idea.
I think I'd heard it a little while back, and
it figures though. It's Canada.
Yeah, it's not surprising knowing Canada. I mean, Canada is so bonkers crazy. The leading cause of death is euthanasia, right?
What?
Yeah.
I think that the craziest thing that I've heard is okay. They do cohabitation child support in Canada. So if you date a single mom and she can say that the child has established a parental relationship with you based on an arbitrary amount of time, they can get you for child support. So there's women who have 4 or 5 guys on child support, including their kid's dad. So they have the kid's dad on child support. Got a new boyfriend. He lived with them or whatever for 8 or 9 months or whatever. Got him on child support, and then went to another guy, had him live there for 3 years, got him on child support, and they just keep doing this.
Oh, that's ludicrous. I hadn't heard of that.
And it's not about here, Washington State. That's true. Washington State passed a law where it's the same thing. If she can say that she has she belongs to the street, that she has a relationship with a child, you're out of there. But guys, what do you ultimately? So we can kind of about Murphy to Texas, right? I wish that wouldn't have happened. Only the self-deletion, only because it made the show go away.
Well,
other than that,
I actually have a question because I never. Why did this show go off the air again?
Because
didn't Chris Hansen have some allegations against him or something?
No. So Murphy, Texas one of the guys, Alex, correct me here. He was a district attorney.
He
right?
he was assistant district attorney, so he
Yeah.
would have been one of the guys prosecuting these people.
Yeah,
Oh,
he got caught up. He had stuff on his computer and all this other stuff, and then he didn't come to the house. But in Texas, that's just breaking the law, just talking. So they came to his house, and then when the cops were outside of his house, he deleted himself, and his sister and his family had connections, so they were like, "This is blah blah blah." Matter of fact, let me pull the story. Murphy, Texas, TCAP. That's his name. Here we go. Can you guys see this still?
Yeah, I see it. But after that, it turned out he had,
Yeah.
like you said, a bunch of stuff on his computer, illegal stuff. You can guess what it is. I won't say it so Florida doesn't get us. But and along with that, there is also evidence of some shady stuff going on in the DA's office.
Yeah, because
So
they use a lot of pull and put so much pressure on MSNBC that they had to take the show off the air. So and his sister was the one. I don't know what his sister did, but she had a lot. She was doing. Here you go. NBC settles. Okay, so NBC settled the lawsuit that blamed for the self-deletion of Texas prosecutor who was targeted in. Okay, guys, always pay attention to the language, right?
well, if I can say something about that, so here's the thing: most of the people, so about 70% of people in the United States are still middle class, right? And so whenever I talk about this kind of stuff, I mean, so 70%.
Interrupt real fast. Julie Swinson, you are correct that speech therapists do deserve to make a lot of money. If you notice, I have a speech impediment. It comes out when I get really excited, and TCAP makes me excited. But so I did 12 years of speech classes, and oftentimes in my regular life, people can't even tell that I stutter. They usually think that I have an accent, right? So it's like, what country are you from? I'm like, oh, well, Seattle, right? But I had some really good speech therapists that were so fun and so patient and so good with people, and a lot of young kids. Luckily I'm the extrovert, so I had friends, but a lot of kids where their impediment makes them isolates them, the therapist has to has to help them get over their speech impediment, but also has to act as kind of a counselor because there's social issues that they're dealing with that's adding to their impediment also. So I have so much respect for speech therapists, you know what I mean? And yeah, so Doug, MPA, what were you saying?
So for me, it's about choice, man. So like most people, like I would agree that certain people, especially if you grew up poor, well, let's take it away from being a nasty person like this, but in general, like poor people have less access to knowledge and resources and all that stuff like that, whatever, blah blah. But the majority of people, you decide if you want to be successful or if you want to fail. The majority, I'd say all these guys, I've watched enough of these where none of these guys, I mean, they all had the means to drive over here. They all had jobs. They were firmly in the middle class, and they could have chosen to not do what they did. So to listen to this kind of language,
Yeah.
he was entrapped. Come on, you. There's so many. What's it called? Steps of failure, where
Yeah.
you had so many different times where you could have made a left turn, or you could have. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about this whole to catch a predator thing. Like they document all the steps.
Look, here we go. when Conrad did not take the bait to go to the sting house set up by Dateline, the decision was made to go to his home. Conrad's sister told 2020 that the police broke in and then headed down the hallway to the bedroom where he was waiting with the chopper. They came in, they see him. He says, guys, I'm not going to hurt anyone. And then he self-deletes. Now, here's the thing. He didn't need to take the bait because he already communicated with the
underage decoy. Yep.
You know, so he already broke the law. This is why, guys, you can't take anything at face value. And I think that that's another thing. And here's a thought that a lot of us TCAP fans really, really, really see, because we notice patterns, right? It's like you watch these over and over and over again, and you notice patterns in the chats. You notice patterns when they're stuck with Chris Hansen after the quickening, and then you notice chats in the interrogations. So we start to kind of see, like, once you hear stories like theirs, and then you listen to people who might be your acquaintances, guys from the gym, and you can start to hear BS more than usual. It's like there are guys who, yeah, man, I'm in the gym, and oh, I benched 405 when no, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? No, oh man, I don't know, man. I could squat. Like, dude, wait, that's Wolf tickets, man. You know, and I think that that's one of the reasons why we find this show to be so funny. You know? I am. There's an echo. I'm echoing on someone's. Hold on. Who's that? Okay. So yeah, that might be one of the reasons why we find this show to be so hilarious. Is because we just hear these arguments all the time, and it's so hilarious. All right. Who am I echoing with? Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But cool. All right, you guys. Well, you know what? We can kind of wrap this up here. If anyone, I'm going to have a Jeff Sokol watch party here soon. I actually did find the chat log. I had to get the PDF of it, guys. Oh. I had to do some detective work, but I found it. So I have the chat log. So we're going to do the chat log and the whole episode here soon. I want to try and do, I'm going to do a poll. So like Jesse, Cornholio, Lacandella, Gracie. There's a lady, Liverpool lady, all the OGs of the channel. You guys, I want to get a good poll of a time where we can all jump on here and watch a good old Mr. Pizza Face. Alex, you too, man. You have been a real good addition to the stream tonight, and I appreciate your support. But yeah, so that'll be coming soon, guys. And once again, I want to reiterate, I really appreciate all of you guys and your support. Your comments, I read every single one. All of your requests, I have them coming soon. I was really nervous about doing a live stream, so thanks for sitting through all the mistakes and Florida PD taking me down. Well, I will try to be more careful with the content. I actually think that it was because of the earlier part where I was talking about the female offenders, because there was a lot of words that are not good. So I will be better about that. And then I will, guys, just thank you so much. And I will plan the watch party, and we'll do watch parties for all the Hansons versus Predators, because I haven't watched a lot of those. And guys, put in the comments for all of us how we can watch the new ones. He said, can it be a role-playing chat room? Oh, Jesse, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And yeah, guys, so I will talk to you guys soon. I'll have a new video this weekend, and we can do the Sokol Pizza Face party coming soon. All right, you guys are the best. This is AJ, and I am out of here. Have a good weekend, guys.